Hello everybody, hope you are well. It's me, Dalton, here with another daily devotional. Today we'll be in Matthew 14 verses 25 through 31. About 3 o'clock in the morning, Jesus came toward them walking on the water. When the disciples saw him walking on the water, they were terrified. In their fear they cried out, "It's a ghost!" But Jesus spoke to them at once. "Don't be afraid," he said. "Take courage, I am here." Then Peter called to him, "Lord, if it's really you, tell me to come to you, walking on the water." "Yes, come," Jesus said. So Peter went over the side of the boat and walked on the water toward Jesus. But when he saw the strong wind and the waves, he was terrified and began to sink. "Save me, Lord," he shouted. Jesus immediately reached out and grabbed him. "You have so little faith," Jesus said. "Why did you doubt me?" When the disciples first saw him walking on the water, they were terrified because they thought Jesus had passed away. He seemed to be a ghost to be walking on the water like that. Defying all odds. It's the first instance they've ever seen of anybody doing something like that. And probably the only time you would ever see anything like that, because Jesus is Lord. It's liquid. Nobody that you know can walk on water. Jesus, seeing that they were afraid, he confronts them and telling them that do not be afraid. I'm alive. It's okay. And Peter wanted to make sure that he really was him, so he asked if he could come out on the water to see him as kind of like a test. Like, you're walking out there. If it's really you, you can will it. You will let me walk out there. And Jesus said, "Come." And Peter walked for a moment, but as soon as he took his eyes off Jesus, he began to sink. Many times in life we may ask God to bless us to do certain things, and as soon as things get really hard in our walk, we tend to forget that Jesus is all powerful. We take our eyes off him because we're like, well, this is tough and I'm not sure I can do this, and we take our gaze off God. Thinking, we wouldn't be able to do it. But that's only because we do take our eyes off God, forgetting who put us there in the first place. Forgetting to have faith and trusting that God will see us through. Remember, God will not start any good work in us that he's not going to see through. So, if the road you're on seems tough and too hard to handle, have faith. God will see you through it. Don't doubt what the Lord can do. Remind yourself, God's got this. I hope this message has found you well, and I hope you all have had a blessed day, as I am blessed reading out the Bible and speaking from what God has put on my heart. Love you all.